Hi guys, and welcome back to Reads Readers. It's your host, Clint and Read. And it's that time of the year again to finally announce the summer time Reads Readathon. And you're slightly crooked, so that works, I think. Yes. This year, we have a fun and exciting way to do Summertime Reads. This year, it's Summertime Reads presents Camp Seasonathon, thon. Welcome to Camp Seasonathon, guys. I'm one of your camp counselors, Clint. And if you guys came here from the premieres, you should have already have seen Mel's and Kaylani's video. Camp Counselor Melanie. Wow. I combined their names. Wow. Camp Counselor Melanie and Camp Counselor Kaylani's announcements for their cabins. This year, Camp Seasonathon, we want to welcome you to Camp Seasonathon for the entire month of June. If you see me looking over this way, it's because we have some logistics, and I want to make sure I cover it all. Cackle. This time you get to choose which camp counselor you would like to support. You have to go to each of their videos. If you have not seen their videos and you stopped here first, go back and watch theirs to see what prompts they have. Which both of them will be linked down below. There will also be a Google Doc at some point linked down below where you choose which camp counselor and which one you want to support and what books you're reading for said camp counselor, if that makes sense. Because the cabin that reads the most pages wins the end of camp. You don't really win anything. You just basically are saying which Seasonathon host is your favorite. And we get bragging rights. Love y'all. Choose me. I'm the fluffy rainbow one. I'm a dork. But we each have 3 prompts that are already set in stone. And then we're going to be playing our games. Well, you can go to Camp Counselor Melanie's and watch her spin the wheel for the cabin of the Will TBR to see what 10 prompts she will have for you. You can take a dip down by the lake and see Camp Counselor Kaylani, where she will be playing her bingo TBR for you guys on what 10 prompts she will have for you. Or you can stay here at the fabulous Rainbow Cabin in the middle of the woods and see what 10 prompts I shall have for you. The beauty of this is when we start filming these, we don't know what the prompts are. We get no say in this, just like you guys. Ooh. We each have punishments. We each have different rules for our games. I enacted, so I will kind of have a wheel too on mine, but as y'all will have seen with my TBR for May, which you haven't, go back and see it, and you'll see the new rules to my rules. But before we get into those prompts, I would like us all to get together at the welcome meeting where we read the group book. Are y'all excited? No? Ooh. The group book is? Are y'all ready? The group book for Camp Seasonathon this year is The Nature of Witches by Rachel Griffin. I hope you guys come and join us on this. all I know, also, with the most beautiful book I think we've ever had for a Seasonathon group book. Come on. And this is the standard edition. Bitch. Not only is that stunning, but underneath is too. Clara Dinsmore is an Everwitch. For centuries, witches have maintained the climate, their powers packing in the season of their birth. But their control is faltering as the atmosphere becomes more erotic. All hope lies with Clara, whose rare magic is tied to every season. So all I want to say, because I kind of feel like the synopsis might give away something. I am super excited, and I hope you guys join us by reading the group book. Now, I'm also going to go ahead and mention the author live show. Come join us for some Campfire Stories on June 18th, 3 p.m. Eastern in Melanie's time zone, 2 p.m. Central in my time zone, or at noon in Kaylani's time zone Pacific. To join us for the author live show where we will be discussing this with Rachel and how she came up with it and what we should be expecting with her new book. Ooh. And I also hope you guys join us at the Farewell Bonfire on July 1st, which is a Friday, at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, and 5 p.m. Pacific. Pacific? Or is this? Yeah, it's Pacific. Because Pacific Ocean. Sorry. Can't speak today. For our after hours live show where we will wrap up all the happenings here at Camp Seasonathon and we will unleash and tell you guys what team, what counselor is your favorite. Ooh, I'm excited for this. Y'all have no idea. We have been trying to come up with some unique, interesting ways to play this, to do this game, and I think this is the most unique way I've ever seen a readathon done. I currently don't know the prompts, so I do have a piece of paper over here with 10 lines marked out, and we will go through this, and I will try to give recommendations the best I can. I can't really go in there for my favorites because Sterling's still asleep, but I'm excited. Let's just get into the prompts. I will say each prompt, give you like maybe a book recommendation here and there that could work with that prompt. And then at the end, I will go back over the 10 prompts so you guys got that. I will also, once everything's uploaded in the premieres and stuff, everything will be linked down below so you guys can't miss it. Like I said, the Google Doc, we're still trying to work on that. Last I heard, I think it's Marty's working on creating one for us. I don't know. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. Just, if it's not in mine, go check out Mel's, because everything's always in Mel's. I'm forgetful. We know this about me. Okay? So let's get into my first spin so that we can roll our first dice. Oh! Actually, before we do that, if you are new to my channel and this readathon, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I play my game so that you guys just know. I have a wheel on my laptop that I'm going to show you guys. In my May TBR, I didn't do this part, but I'm going to do it here, is once it selects the prompt, it's going to go away so that there's more opportunities for things. On the wheel, I know I have one of every one of these except for prompts and flags have 2, and queer has 4 because I am a queer book reader. So it'll tell me what prompt, like which category. I'll go to that category. I will roll a d8. If I land on an 8, I roll twice for that. And you cannot roll another 8 on an 8, so I just re-roll that. But each one will choose which type of prompt in that. A lot of this is centered along on me. So I know on the queer, if we roll a 7, I'm not going to do the Sterling's red part. I'm just going to, instead of Sterling's red, we'll just make that another open square for queer. Because I didn't think of anything until just now, because I just realized y'all don't know which one of the queer books Sterling's read and hasn't read. So, I think that's the only one I need to take off. Yeah. And everything is really self-explanatory. So, I have flags, I have cards, I have it all. It's like, let's get into this and have some fun. And let's do our first spin. So we know which is we're gonna do our first roll with. Let me bring this. Sorry if I hit the thing. Sorry guys. Apologize if this is messy. I need to clean it. And sorry if you hear the laptop. What is our first category? Ooh. Flags. This is going to be interesting. I need you to sit here. And we're going to bring you over here. Category 1. And also when I type it up, I'll type it up in a way that'll make more sense for you guys. So let's roll to see which flag we get. Which I have multiple different flags that represent different sexualities. I also have the Readathon cards in the middle that Gavin did back when he was doing Readathon because I just like the cards. So the polysexual flag, which I don't think actually works for this game now that I think about it. Because polysexual flag is Sterling, Melanie, and Kaylani. Like, picks for me. I don't think this flag would work for this, so I'm going to re-roll and just see what we would get for that. Because I forgot about some of these things wouldn't really work for you guys. Which I got 5 again. 3, 1, 2, 3. Ooh! Okay. This one could or could not work. Okay. Which is the bisexual flag represented by Mel from Completely Melanie. And her 3 games, Have I Read It, Cards Against TBR, and Will of TBR. If it lands on Cards Against TBR, you have to go to Mel's most recent Cards Against her TBR and the first card played, which we will go to in this, and I will show you. Or Will of TBR is her last will that she posted, which is her April will, and the first prompt will be that. And Have I Read It is just your oldest book on your TBR. So I will roll a d4 for this and see how complicated this is going to be for us. Which is, have I read it? Which means you guys have to read the oldest book on your TBR. Now, could that be physical? I'm not going to police this. If you bought a book 2 months ago and you say that's the oldest one, go right ahead. I don't care. But Have I Read It is a game that Mel plays that she goes back and looks at a past haul video and sees, has she read the books in it or not? And we have to vote for one. So, Have I Read It? Let me write that down. So that would be the by flag. Have I read it? Oldest book on TBR, which I still haven't read it, but I have 2 examples here that I could use for this. I have not read either one, but I could do something like Witches in East End, which is in my very first haul video that I posted on this channel. Or I could read Roar by Cora Carmack, which I won Mel's very first ever book giveaway on her channel, which was this book. So, options for me. I hope this doesn't make it complicated. If y'all have any issues with any of the prompts and like y'all need help understanding, just comment down below and I will help. Or tag us at Seasonathon on Twitter. Any of us on any of our platforms. So that is our first prompt. Now let's go and see what our second prompt is gonna be. Ooh, middle grade. Ooh, this is fun, actually. Okay. Middle grade. Let us roll. For middle grade, which is all this lovely yellow. Ooh, we got an 8. So you have to do 2 books for this one. Ha ha ha. I love my game. This is fun. So the first one that we need to do is 1, 2, 3, which is a mystery. Mystery thriller kind of. You can interpret this however you want to. I personally would probably read I would read a middle grade that is horror, mystery, thriller type of genre. Let me grab a few examples that I'm meaning. Okay, here's some examples of some mystery horror kind of aspecty thrillers, mystery thriller type ones. You could do something like Hardy Boys, which is mysteries. Something like Whispering Pines, which is more like a horror mystery. Monster Street, The Boy Who Cried, Werewolf, which kind of has like a spooky kind of vibe to it. Same with Roald Dahl's Witches. You could do Murder Most Unladylike by Robin Stevens, which is a story about a girl who solves mysteries. Or something like City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. So, for the first roll for middle grades is to read a mystery thriller. Mystery thriller, horror, spooky vibe. Spooky. Also, again, if you find a book that works for prompt 1 and prompt 2 of middle grades, doubling up works wonders. We like to tell you to double up, triple up, quadruple up. That's the same, so I'm gonna, nope, you cannot roll an 8 and an 8, and I don't want the same prompts. I keep rolling an 8. 1. A new to you author of a middle grade. So just any middle grade where you've never read that author before. I.e., if you've never read... Oh, here's some examples for doubling up. I have never read anything by Heidi Lang and Katie Bartkowski, so Withering Pines. I've never read anything by J.H. Reynolds, and I've never read anything by Robin Stevens, so these 3 would double up for middle grade. I love this. But like we've always said with all of our readathons, if you can find one book that hits every prompt, go right ahead and have fun. Kind of like the fact that we're playing my game, because it's going to give us all different options and you get to like have more fun reading. Does that make sense, guys? I need that off of that. Sorry. I just noticed something. And we're now on to prompt number 3. Again, sorry for the chaos. And ooh, a paranormal book. Paranormal. Let's roll for paranormal, which is all of this lovely pink. Which we get adult paranormal anything. Basically, for this, you just have to read an adult paranormal book. Whether that be a thriller, a horror, a paranormal romance. Examples of adult paranormal books. Besides, I'm kind of mad that all my TJ Clint is in there. Green Creek. I have mostly witchy adult ones, guys. Okay. You could read any thriller or thing that has like a ghost element. Ooh. You can read something like Unburied, which is a collection of queer dark fiction, which are all like horror things. And I know that there's like ghosts in one at least. Sacrificing and stuff like that. So that's an option. You can read something like Hounded by Kevin Hearn, or the Jim Butcher series. Dresden Files would work too, because these are all like different. One's about a druid, last of druids, and there's like gods and goddesses and all that type of paranormal elements. You can do A Secret History of Witches, which is witches. Moon Called by Patricia Briggs, which is the Mercy Thompson series, which is werewolves. It's got fairies. It's got werewolves, fairies, witches, shapeshifters, demons, gods, everything. Witches of East End. Or something like Hot and Badgered by Shelley Lorenstein, which is Honey Badger Shapeshifters. Highly recommend the fun. So that one was fun. So just an adult paranormal book. Whatever you consider paranormal, as long as it's an adult book. Crescent City would work for this. So would From Blood and Ash. Examples. Now we're on to number 4 out of 10. Ooh, prompts. Yay! Which is this dark blue. Which we got number 6. Which is just to read a graphic novel. So any graphic novel you want to read. Hold on. Prompts. Graphic novel. So any graphic novel, whether you want to read Heartstopper or that's a good recommendation. But also for graphic novels, I would also count mangas. Yeah, it's graphic novel or mangas. I always forget the manga part when I scream it. Here are just a few examples. You could do like a manga like Dick Fight Island. Bloom by Kevin Panetta and Savannah Ganuche. Check, please. Book One Hockey by Ngozi Ukazu. And do some DC like Batman Killing Joke by Alan Moore. Do some Poison Ivy Thorns by Cody Keplinger. Or Nubia, Real One by L.L. McKinney and Robin Smith. You can go Marvel. You can go graphic novels, mangas, any of that shit. Love it. Ooh. I don't know why I threw that right there. My bad. So yeah, now going into 5, so 6 more spins. I'm sorry if this is really chaotic. I think, see, camp is usually chaotic. Wow, contemporary. We haven't gotten any queer, so I feel like, because there's 4 queer prompts, I feel like we're going to get a lot of queer at the back end of this. For contemporary, you just got to read an author you've read before on a contemporary. Author you've read before. And contemporary can be anything set in a contemporary setting. No magic, no nothing. Can be queer, can be romance, can be thriller, mystery thriller based. Anything set in a contemporary basis that's got no scientific, no magic, no nothing. Examples being Him by Serena Bowen, N.L. Kennedy, Red, White, and Royal Blue, Casey McQuestion, Conventionally Yours. There's a lot of options you can go with for contemporary. Just something set in a normal setting. And usually contemporary means set in this time period as well. Just to throw that out there. And I will also state Katie Roberts is really good for contemporary. If you want some smutty reads. Her Wicked Villain series, yes, they're based off of Disney books, but they're set in a contemporary setting. So are Neon Gods. None of them actually have powers. Food for thought. So spin number 6. I mean, I didn't get one of the queers. Prompts again. I love that this is like live time. And for prompts, we rolled read a fave author. Not one of mine, not one of Mel's, not one of Kaylani's, one of your favorite authors. Normally, fave authors on there for me would be reading a book by an author that I love. T.J. Klune, Alice Oseman, James Byrd, Adriana Mather, Casey McQuestion, Taylor Jenkins Reid, any author that you love, read. Like one of your auto-buy authors, a favorite author of all time, any of that shit. Perfect. Fave author to you. Not reading someone else's favorite author, reading your favorite authors. Auto-buy, fave, kind of means the same. I don't really have examples because Sterling's still asleep. Finally, queer. I was like, there's 4 fucking prompts of queer. I'm just hoping that the last 4 on this are not queer. Listen. That would be our luck. A sapphic queer book. As in any book where a character who identifies as female falls in love with a character who identifies as female. It has to be a sapphic romance, not quite. But I would recommend, like, even if the character, I'm not going to buy a race, but when it comes to why this prompt is on here, is to get me to read more female-female relationships. Women love women. But that could be a trans woman falling in love with a woman. You know? I'm not going to buy erasure and stuff like that. There are buy books like Take a Hint, Danny Brown, where I would still consider that sapphic as well. But in the process of this game, it's just forced me to read more women love women because I don't tend to gravitate towards that. Okay, so as examples, some amazing, wonderful, examples. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's in blue now. Yeah, forgot. I've got 4 recommendations right here. Something like Cinderella is Dead by Kaylin Barron. One Last Stop by Casey McQuestion. Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. Fan-fucking-tastic. Or another favorite adult female-female romance is Read Between the Lines by Rachel Lacey, which I'm obsessed with all 4 of these. I need to read more female-female relationships, and we've got tons. And I'm excited. So just a sapphic book. Whether it be contemporary, fantasy, thriller, whatever, where the main character likes women. And our next another queer. I told you guys, queer is probably going to dominate this last end of this. What the hell? So, queer. We got 4, which is trans/non-binary representation. Okay. Which means you just need to read a book featuring a trans or non-binary genderqueer type main character. Examples being, there's a graphic novel called Genderqueer. Can't think of the author off the top of my head. They are phenomenal, and that is amazing. I lent it out to a friend, and I ended up just giving it to said friend. Is it blue? Or is it purple? It's blue. Is it yellow? Here are a few trans non-binary characters. I don't know. I've only read 1 out of 2 out of 5. Where is it? It's because it's blocked. That's why I didn't see it. Okay, so these first 2 I've read. The other 3 I haven't. I can't tell you the authentic. And I'm not trans, and I'm not binary. I have a lot of trans friends and a couple of friends who are genderqueer. You have books like Felix Ever After by Case and Callender, which features a trans main character. Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas, which features a trans main character who's a brujo. Stay Gold by Totally Smith, which I know is a retelling of The Outsiders with a trans main character. I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver, which I do believe is a non-binary representation. Same with Meet Cute Diaries, I think is non-binary. Or trans, I can't remember, but I know Sterling raves about this as one of his favorite representations for this. Trans. Okay. That's trans. I just couldn't remember if it was trans or non-binary. But those are some examples. You just have to read any book. Does not have to be YA. Can be middle grade, can be adult, can be whatever you choose, as long as they feature a trans or non-binary or genderqueer type main character for that prompt. Now we've got 2 more to go. I'm gonna laugh my ass off if they're both queer. I kind of want that thriller that's on here. Okay, flags it is. We got flags twice, prompts twice, queer twice. And we've already stated that the polysexual flag doesn't work. I don't know about the other flags, but we will see. If it doesn't work, I will switch it out for a different flag. So number 4. Ooh, is Gavin's Believeathon cards. His last round that he did of Believeathon, he had these cards. And I'm just obsessed with the prompts. So I wanted to keep using them in the future. So this is a really good example. Now, he used these for middle grades. You can use this for however you so choose. We will just choose the prompt off of it to be the prompt. Unless we've already got a prompt like this already, which we shouldn't. But you know, I am going to choose this one. No. That card does not work for this. I forgot that there's a few probably in here that don't work for this either, so... Ooh! No, I'm not recommending you to read a wintry vibe book during summer. That doesn't compute, so I'm drawing a different card. That doesn't compute for summertime reads. Okay, this works. I like this prompt. It says, a book type you have that is so appealing. Follow the hype and trust your gut feeling. Read a 5-star prediction. So any book that you think you will give 5 stars to, read it. This works perfect. I know I could have done the winter vibes, and just, to me, I don't like reading. I don't want to read a winter book during summer. That is so weird. So we'll move these back over to her. And we have one more prompt, and then I'll reread the prompts to you guys so that you know. Apologize if this is a long video. It's chaotic. And the last prompt will be queer. That poor thriller. Never used. Okay, let us see what's queer. We got an Achillean. No, I'm not reading that right. We got an open square. Just read a book featuring a queer main character. It can be any book featuring any type of queer identity. Just read a queer book. And yes, I know we got a lot of queer, but welcome to Cabin Rainbow! Well, let's wrap this up so you guys, because I don't want y'all here for like ever, because so far it's already an hour-long video. Let's just go back over things. Our group book is Nature of Witches, and the live show Talking with Rachel will be on June 18th, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. And our After Hours live show for the Bonfire will be July 1st, 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And the prompts, again, for the Rainbow Cabin is... First one is the oldest book on your TBR. Number 2 has 2 parts to it. a mystery, thriller / horror, spooky middle grade, and a new to you middle grade. So I don't want y'all to have to read 2 books. So I say combine those, and you have to read a mystery, thriller, spooky book that's a new to you author. That's a middle grade. Prompt number 3 is an adult paranormal anything, paranormal romance, paranormal thrillers, anything. Number 4, you have to read either a graphic novel or a manga. Number 5 is a contemporary author you've read before. Number 6 is read one of your favorite authors. If they have a new book, reread one of your favorites. Number 7 is to read a sapphic queer book. A character who identifies as female, falling in love with a character who identifies as female. Number 8 is to read a trans / non-binary / genderqueer main character in a book. Number 9 is to read a 5-star prediction. And number 10 is just a queer book. Those are your 10 prompts. I'm sorry this was so chaotic. And I hope you guys join us. I really hope you guys join the Rainbow Cabin and read some great books. June is Pride Month, and I love the fact that we got at least 3 queer prompts in here. Gotta love that. Nature of Witches is also labeled as queer. I do believe the main character is bisexual. So I think there's like bisexuality representation. So that is cool. I'm excited. And I hope you guys are. And again, if you haven't watched Mel's video or Kaylani's video, go check them out and see. Ooh, did I rip? Oh. Go check out and see what prompts they chose for their cabins. And that's all I've got for you guys today. Comment down below and let us know, are you taking part in summertime reads? Are you coming to Camp Seasonathon? If so, let us know, what camp counselor are you choosing? Are there any prompts on either team that you really like? Or did y'all like this setup? Because if y'all don't, we could switch this up and pre-film these prompts and stuff. Or do y'all like the whole, let's do this live with you guys? But if you're new here, hit that subscribe. You might as well hit that like button while you're at it, because hi, I'm cool. But until next time, guys, always remember to be fabulously yourself. Oh boy!